Hey, hello guys. This is Mohan, and hope everyone is good and the quarantine day is going good. And let's start this video. So, in this video, you are going to see about the escaping and non-escaping closure. So, you see, in each and every mobile application, we use escaping and non-escaping closures, and closure is one of the very important thing that we have to use, and for service call under closures makes a very important role. So but we always have a confusions like what is escaping closure and what is non-escaping closure. So in this video, and it is a point, we can learn escaping and non-escaping closure and what it is and what is meant for it very easily. It takes nearly 5 minutes to do. So if you are waiting for it, please watch this video until this end. So let's kickstart the video. So before going for the video, I have already started created a new project, and in that project I have just created a view controller which was normally created by the Xcode. So before going to the escaping and non-escaping, we have to have the two thumb rules we have to learn from it. One is, so here I have mentioned it, non-escaping closure or synchronous, escaping closure are asynchronous. That is, non-escaping closure will execute single line one by one, and escaping closure will not execute one by one. It will be a random composition based on the rules we are proceeding in that particular line. And every time escaping closure or the not default one, whatever closure we are creating by default, it is a non-escaping closure. So that's it. You have to make in mind only a 2 point. Let's go for the creating a function in an example. So let me create a function, and I'm going to keep a name as non-escaping closure. So I'm going to click a completion, and it's of type yes. So let me print a variable print as closure starts print closure end. And here I'm going to print closure next line. I'm going to call a closure here non-escaping closure str. I'm going to print. Okay, let's see what's happened here. So what I basically did is, like, I have created a function, it's called non-escaping closure, and I have created a completion, it's going to be a return nesting. So in this start of this closure, I have just created a closure starts print and a closure end. Once the completion is called, I have created a closure called line. So that's it. I just called the function here, and at the end of the view load, I have placed a closure next line. It indicates like this particular function will be called after to the non-escaping closure function. So let's start. Let's run the code, and let's see what's happened here. What's going to happen? Yes, we are ready. Yes, it's time. Let's wait for 2 seconds to run the code. Yeah, please bear with my max speed. Yeah. So in this you can see a line called closure start. This line executed at first, and secondly the closure called it's executed second, and at last the closure gets in, and fourth only the closure next line gets called. So this is the pattern or the step by step line execution for the non-escaping closure. Now let us go and see the same example for escaping closure, and let's see what's going to happen. So for that I am going to create another function with the same procedure, but it's for non-escaping closure. I'm just going to copy this and paste this and change the name as escaping closure. And here I'm going to create and dispatch queue. So I'm going to call this function. So basically what I have did is like I have created a function, and this function is going to have a print of start closure and going to print a start closure end function. In between meantime, under the dispatch sync after delay time, I am going to call an completion handler. That's it. But it tells me the error like escaping closure can capture the non-escaping parameter only. This indicates like this particular completion handler should be under the type of non-escaping closure. So let's see under the type of escaping closure. So I'm going to make this as escaping closure, and I'm going to run this. Yes, it's done. So in this you can see like this particular asynchronous display is indicates like we used to do a service call and all an API call, whatever we can say, this will be calls under this particular time of execution. So you just consider as like this particular function is an service call. So I'm just making the call after a 5.2 seconds of delay, and I'm going to call this function. So here I'm just commenting out the escape non-escaping function. Instead I'm going to call as escaping function, and I'm going to keep the name as str, and I'm going to print this. So in escaping closure, first it gets started and it gets called and it gets ended. After that the closure next line gets executed. But here let's see what's going to happen for escaping closure. Now you can clearly understand what will happen here. Yes, I've just called the escaping closure. Now let's see. Okay. Yes, you can clearly understand like first it's go for start closure, and next it's go for end closure, and immediately it goes for the next line of the code. After 5 seconds of delay it's went for the line called closure execution. So here is the example that you can learn about the closure and non-escaping closure. So that's all about the escaping and non-escaping. It's all about how you use the code. If you use the any execution which will be coming from the API, or you don't know what time it gets called, at that time it will be under the category of escaping, and usually whatever closure you will be created, it's under the type of non-escaping. That's the two rumb rule you have to surely keep in mind. If you have learned these two things, escaping and non-escaping closure is very much easier to you. So that's my guys, I hope this video will help you more a lot. Thanks for watching this video. To support me, please subscribe and like the hit button. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye.